One sec. So I 8 times until I get somewhere important. So he stole my blue buff right here. Let me see. So what he did was he marked his raptors, he marked his red buff, and then he walked over here, stole my blue buff, and starts heading over to try and gank mid. And he doesn't get the gank off. I do a few of these camps, and so as soon as misplay right here, number 1. Instead of going to my Gromp, right? What I should have done was I should have went top and counter jungled this Ivern right here, because he started bottom, and I knew he started bottom because he stole my blue buff. So instead of walking over here and trying to gank the bottom lane here, this was my first mistake. Probably my biggest mistake in the early game, because going for a gank bottom here is super useless, because look at this Draven, he's super low, he's super behind. If I go in here, it'd be a 2v2, and they both have summoners. This isn't gonna work. Poppy doesn't have summoners, but like, I don't think this was worth it. I remember still killing this Caitlyn, but this shouldn't have worked. Like, that Janna Tornado shouldn't have landed, so this was too high risk for the reward. Even though I get the kill, the better gank, the better clear would have been to go top and counter this Ivern, which eventually saves this Darius, because that's what snowballed this Pantheon. Because if I was top right here, we would have killed this Ivern. Like, I would have found him right here. Lee Sin destroys Ivern level 3. So, my first mistake there, even though I got a kill, it might seem like I did the right thing, but in the end it wasn't worth it. And then he reganks top, so instead of going in through here, I should have covered this Darius, because like, see how he's still pushed up? This Ivern might be like, alright, I'm gonna go back for the Darius after he TVs in. That's a common thing. And so I should have backed him up here. So, second mistake, probably lost me this Darius' top lane. Like, even though like the Darius kind of overstayed there, I could have helped him. And here, they getting bottom. I probably could have called that out. So, let me skip ahead again. Alright, and now we go over here, just jungle clear. And now like Ivern's 4-0. Like, that's what happens when you let Ivern walk around and you never like try and counter him by like fighting him in the jungle. So whenever you're playing against Ivern, it's really important that you want to look for him, you want to fight him, you want to get into a 1v1 with him. So he gets too low, so he can't gank. So he's 3-0. Let me double check how he got that third kill. So like right here, like there's nothing I can really stop him. This Draven should have flashed, but he got knocked into the wall because he didn't plow. That shouldn't have been a kill, but it's unfortunate because like I let this Ivern like do what he wanted because of that one play at level 3 where I made one different decision, and that cost us the whole early game. Or that cost me the whole early game from the jungler's perspective. Of course, every single lane has a different perspective on things. And then now I go invade. I find the Ivern, so I should actually turn on him here. Never mind. I just saw that echoes there. That's fine. Skip forward. Gank bottom. It's whatever. Let me go to the later game stages now. Unless I see something really important. So he died. Okay, this was really important because I could have saved this Darius here. I could have, yeah. So let's see what I do. So here, instead of doing this double golem, right? I should have been in position like right here, and I could have killed this Echo. And even now, I can still kill the Echo. Is war jump? Like instead of war jumping here, I could have war jumped here and try to go for a kick on the Echo and kill him while he's in mid-air, so he can't ulti. But yeah, see how I was a little bit late there because I went for that small double golem, so that wasn't good, and I died. I mean, I didn't die, but I let Darius die again. So Darius is 1 in 5. That could have all been prevented if I changed my jungle route. Okay, so this was just awareness here. So I forget to look at the Echo W. So here Pantheon ultis in, right? Then Echo uses W. So I W in without thinking ahead of time, you know, like, where's this like Echo's W gonna be? And then also that was a bad Q on the Pantheon, otherwise I would have been able to kill the Pantheon here. So let's look at this again. Just gonna look at my Q. So he kind of flashed early. So instead of Wing the Syndra for the shield, I could have even just W'd the minion just to get a better positioning. And here, it's fine. We fight a little bit. Let's speed up to a better part. They're trying to fight me here. If I landed that Q, I might have been able to go in. Let's see how this fight goes. So right here, Draven just gets caught out. I don't think there's much to say about that. So here, I did a decent play. I went in. They have this warded, but I still get a good Q on the Caitlyn. Get the Echo, but then I go back in here. But then the Ivern gets the good stun. If I dodge that stun with like a sidestep, that would have been perfect. Let me see how I do there. So I go in, Q in, skip forward, and I get the Echo. Then I land another Q. Oh, okay, I see how he lived here. It's because of the Ivern shield. Here I should have juked up, and I would have lived. Juke the Ivern Q. Should have known that Ivern was there. Then here, let's get forward to that major team fight for the next like important play. So I was a little bit aggressive, trying to go for that top dive. After like Pantheon started running away, we should have just took the tower instead of chasing. In here, that was just like overstaying, trying to mess around and do the can. Okay, so this was a good fight. Let me just watch how I did here. So I started this fight with a good engage. So Poppy goes in too hard, then I Q in, bait them all in a little bit while Darius gets closer for the pull. And then I just go back in and out. And then right here, this is the most important part. So I should have saw that this Caitlyn's already dead and just went for the Echo, but I let Echo kill me because I used my Q because in the wrong direction. Probably couldn't have killed him with my Q anyway, but I could have probably survived if I like used my W correctly or something like that. So let's skip forward to another team fight. Alright, here's another team fight. This was good here again. So here I kick the Pantheon in, we get the Pantheon, and that's a great start. Darius doesn't have ulti here, but the Echo gets a really good catch on this Draven, and the Draven makes a misstep, so that's unfortunate. We should have backed out after the Pantheon pick, because the Syndra just used all her spells, and like they had the trap set up and like all the minions with Baron and powered minions, like minion blocking us. So after that, I should have pinged back. So take the kill, ping back, and then look to engage later after we clear the wave. That should have been my thought process. And then here, this is really like difficult, but let's see how I get a good fight here. So we just pick out the Pantheon, then I start walking up to look for an engage. I look to Q, but see how like he's positioning himself for the trap, so we had to wait a little bit. So here I try and Q for the Caitlyn instead of just going for closest target. So here, see how I go for the wide Q? That's never gonna land because his move speed is gonna outrun my Q. So I should have went for these two right here. And if I went for these two, we would have killed these two, and then turned on the Caitlyn without any casualties. So that was a little bit of a mistake. Okay, so I just get caught out here because I didn't look at my teammates' positioning. So if like my whole team was here, then it would have been like good. But notice how they're too far away. See how Syndra's over here. See how Draven's in the back here. But watch, if Darius was like right next to me, this would have been fine. And Syndra like right next to me because Pantheon's not in range to ulti yet. But notice how I'm letting them hit me for free. So this was a bad cue. I should have looked around before I went in, and he's dead here. And so that was a bad engage. That was my first like really bad engage this game. Now go look for the second one. So here we can't really defend this because like they had those bushes, they had the barons, etc. We have like really bad engage. Like I'm the only engage we have, and like Lee Sin engage isn't the best if you're playing from behind, and we're playing from behind in this situation since they have Baron. So we had to wait it out. So I like to go in again, and this was a good fight because like I start the fight with that Caitlyn pick, but they disengaged. That's okay. Let's look at the last fight where like the biggest, the fight that lost us the game pretty much. Okay, so right here I go in, that's fine. That was actually good. I got knocked out, and we win this fight. Like, just me going in there forces them to use their spells and overstay a little bit. There's no other way we can really engage, so it's good that I did that and got us in the mid. And now we overstayed here, so that was not the best overstay. And waiting for Baron to come out. Now Baron's up. Let's see. This is the fight. Let's just look at my thought process once everybody gets close. Alright, so right here, Darius is clearing bottom. So right here, notice how Darius, look at my team right now. They're all the way over here. I'm trying to like chase them down. Okay, this isn't it yet. So main thing there, in this engage is watching my teammates positioning. So see how like when I go in here, look at how far away my Darius is. Syndra's on the other side of the fight. So I go in, and Darius gets zoned off. So like, the three of them are just like waiting, because they didn't think I would go in. So what happens is, I go in, I get trapped within the enemy team, and Draven's a little bit lacking behind. And let's see. Yeah, so we lose sight of this fight. Poppy knocks the Draven away. That's the game changer. Alright, now I know why. That was a really good Poppy ulti. So like, just that engage there, we had we gave them a 4-second window of just like letting them hit me while waiting for like Draven and like Darius to catch up. Like these guys aren't mobile at all. Like Darius has no mobility. If we had like a Camille on our team, Fiora on our team, a different story. Or like an engage support. But I went in with this team comp, and that was the big mistake I made that game. Because I went in without looking at where my teammates were, how like what our win condition was as a team of 5. So that's that. GG. Why didn't you donate Blue too far behind? I didn't donate Blue because in some situations he was in position to grab the Blue. when should you start red? Most of the time you should start top side. Alright guys, I'm gonna hop off. See you tomorrow.